Hello, everybody. My audience of one, welcome to Ace Attorney Investigations 2. So I just beat Ace Attorney Investigations 1 a couple weeks ago. I'm recording this on January 15th, 2017. I don't know when it's going to go up. Probably on not until February, because I got stuff to do and I don't want to spend time making these Let's Plays while I'm so busy, but I can record them. I don't have to edit them, so I'm going to start playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2, just because I've watched a bunch of Let's Plays of Ace Attorney games. I think they're always fun, and hopefully they're fun to watch. There it is. We can see it. The Emissary of Peace from the East, from the Middle East. So I actually already watched this, because I did a first recording of this the first half hour bout, and it didn't work. But anyway, the Zhangfa Republic. Welcome, Mr. President. Zhangfa Republic being from the first Investigations game. They're definitely doing... This feels a lot more like a sequel than most other Ace Attorney games, which kind of just start their own thing and then go have that thing run its course. This does feel like a sequel to the first game, because they bring up the smuggling ring and the lore stuff that was very important in that game. From the bottom of my heart, I convey unto them my utmost gratitude, referring to when Edgeworth solved the case in the last game. The hair of justice shall be brought down upon all evil. Blom. I'm not reading that. But yeah. Contact the prosecutor's office. We need that man. Miles Edgeworth. If there's anyone who can solve this case, it's him. This is so cool. Oh, look at me. Put out the Batman signal. It's on the clouds. Edgeworth is ready to go. I love how much they deify Edgeworth. Because in the original games, he is kind of deified because he's your impossible opponent. And they get to play at him, and they make him the ultimate badass guy. Word of this must have reached every corner of the world by now. But yeah, I played this first bit already, but I think that my commentary was kind of crappy in the first one anyway. Hopefully I'll do a little better this time. But I'm going to shoot for each of these episodes to be about half an hour, just because they need to be long enough to where this won't take 100 episodes, but also short enough to where my sister can watch them with all of her homework, maybe. Which I hope that you do consider watching these, sister dear, because I don't know if you would want to play this game on your own, because you'd have to set up the emulator and stuff, like you do with Mother 3, because this never had an English translation. It's a fan translation, which I think you already knew, but this man is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct who assists me on all cases under my jurisdiction. Everybody's favorite. What's the president's current condition? Still not sure. Okay, paramedics and is playing. I was wondering when I played this the first time, why can't we see the body? But I guess it's not confirmed that he's dead yet. I guess they're just still working on that. Hey, mister, just a minute, I'm begging you. Oh yeah, this malarkey. What's this? Oh god, I think I gotta recall my voice for this girl. I don't know how much I'm going to be reading every line aloud, but I will at least some of the time, because when you can't think of commentary, just read what's on the screen, right? But anyway, screw you, lady. We're off to the races, off to the crime scene. I like how quickly this game gets into the swing of things. It feels like that was something that was kind of missing from the first game. I don't really like the first case of that game that much, but this one, it takes off pretty quickly. It feels like, to me at least. Basically, the whole thing happened here in Gourd Lake Park, which, yes, Gourd Lake from case 1-4. There was a big welcoming event from the President of the Republic of Zhangfa. Zhangfa being the country that Agent Lang was from in the first game. As I recall, newspapers and news programs are making quite a deal of his visit. Which, this feels just like fan service to like the nth degree of having the Republic, the president of the Republic, coming to this lake, specifically this lake, which in the original game was just kind of like a random lake where a murder happened, but now it's like the place where like everyone's favorite case happened, so they're just bringing it back for like basically no reason. Like, why would he just not land at like the capital of the country and not just like some random freaking lake? But whatever. Truth is, I just got here as well, so I don't know the details. Today was supposed to be my day off. I feel the gumshoe. Today's my day off. Preparing a case for trial. The chief prosecutor asked for you personally, sir. It's something I'm curious about, is who the chief prosecutor is. And I'm wondering if the chief prosecutor did it. Because, I mean, it's a character that we've heard, and apparently they were here. He was here. And I guess, like, in the lore, Lana Skye used to be the chief prosecutor. But then, case 1-5 happened. Assassin is still in the park. Yes, any one of you. Assassin in this crowd. Bum bum bum. I'm guessing that they're all detained. Or I would hope so. So that, like, the killer can't leave. Why don't we just, like, search them all? Precisely. I'm actually being able to hear the music this time, because my first recording, the audio was out of sync, and I just, like, turned it down because it was, like, going in and out of pace, and it was just kind of gross to listen to. But now I actually get to listen to it. But yeah, where's security at the time of the gunfire? Kind of introducing the logic mechanic here from the first game. The president was being protected by his own personal bodyguards. It's those suits over there. Men in black kind of dudes. To talk to someone, press the A button while standing near them. Yes, I'm going to be using like the touch screen. I don't know if my mouse is on screen right now. I don't know if I turned that option off. But I'm going to be using the bottom screen for pretty much everything here. Just because I don't know what the buttons are on the keyboard, and I don't feel like figuring it out. And in the Ace Attorney games, you've always been able to just use the touchscreen for everything. But anyway, what was the present security detail like during the speech? President has 2 best men by his side. The rest were stationed near the stage area. Kind of like a little humble brag there. Had his 2 best men by his side. Being me and him. We are professionals. Freaking Reservoir Dogs. Professionals. We constantly kept our eyes in the crowd. I'm guessing that this security being flawless thing is something you're just supposed to accept as like a truth. And that leads me to believe that like probably the actual killer was like not in the crowd or something silly like that. Because if the security was flawless, then they would have been seen, right? So maybe it was something you wouldn't expect, like it was somebody on stage or from some angle. Anyway, see, that's how you round up your info. So what do you do with all that info after it's squared away? Edward, thank God time. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, tell me now, please. Ah! After gathering some... I started giving, like, Gumshoe, like, this really deep, like, voice, but I was like, no, you can't give Gumshoe that voice. Hey now, don't be such a stick in the mud. What's this about finding connections? You connect the 2 pieces of information, then share a link. That's Gumshoe saying that. Edgeworth has taught him well. It's called logic, pal. Yeah. So I noticed this basically right away in my first playthrough this, but that I was like, is that Lotta Hart? Is that Lotta? That's Lotta, right? That has to be her. But we'll see. Someone was able to fire a gun under flawless security. And they were able to avoid being spotted by professional bodyguards, who are obviously like not capable of failure at all. It just seems kind of rash to assume that because they're professionals, security was flawless. But I mean, you just kind of gotta accept the game. It's very likely that the president's assassin was a premeditated crime. No, I thought it was self-defense, Edgeworth. Manslaughter. It was manslaughter. What brilliant logic, sir. Edgeworth, telling it like it is. Yes, well, when you follow the facts and my connection, you'll begin to see the truth. However, the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray farther from the truth. If I think carefully before piecing the leads together, the logic should flow. I thought that, like, I was going to be asked a question or something there because it showed the green health bar on screen. So I was like, oh god, what? I don't even have any evidence yet. How are they asking me a question already? But yep. Press A to look at things, press Y to gumshoe. I already know where I'm supposed to go just because I did this already, but let's talk to Gumshoe. I didn't actually do that in my original time. Let's show him our badge. I always like showing people our badge. Such a tiny object. I'm surprised you don't lose it. I would definitely lose it. I'm awful at that. It's an identification badge for us prosecutors, after all. I mean, you have a badge, right, Gumshoe? Yeah, I mean, exactly. Dude, you don't even know, Edgeworth. You don't even know. That is an excellent talent of mine. Notice anything, Gumshoe? Rain, it stops her. It was pointing right up until the president arrived. That's nice. I can kind of imagine the scene. It's kind of like got that misty smell in the air still. Right after a rain. This is weird music. Rain gives you a better chance of a catch, sir. Yeah, I always... Is that true in Animal Crossing too? I was gonna say, like, yeah, it's true in Animal Crossing too, but I'm not actually sure. I think you just find different fish. Not more fish, you know. There's no more activity than fishing in a lake. His usual self. Aw, Gumshoe. Gumshoeing the goo. Wait, I can't go anywhere else. So let's just get along with it then. I'm not gonna try and like pretend that I don't know what I'm doing, because I do. I did the first half hour of this already. Yeah, I was surprised too. No matter how you look at it, it's definitely the Steel Samurai. Right away. I mean, there was already fan service immediately from the Gourd Lake, but there's also like the balloon in Gourd Lake, like in Case 1-4. Not even like 10 minutes into this game and the song is already played. The song they've been reusing since like 2002. I like how Edgeworth is kind of like a low-key Steel Samurai fanboy, you know? It's nice. It's the flag of the Republic of Shanghai. Its symbol appears to be a phoenix motif, which isn't reference to Phoenix Wright, because in the Japanese version he isn't called Phoenix, he's called Naruhodo, which is like, well, I don't know his first name. His first name might be Phoenix related. I don't know. But I know Naruhodo is like a Japanese expression for like aha or eureka, kind of. But it can also be a name, which is why they chose Wright for his English name, because it also has like that double meaning. A speck of dirt on it. This flag is spotless. I would suppose. Please explain to me, so I can understand. So mean. So mean to Gumshoe. I just want a Gumshoe game. Ace Detective, Gumshoe Investigations. But yeah, there's this green dot here. At first I was like, I thought that was just a mark on the flag, but it's actually a hole. And it like goes through and you can see the thing. Judging from the burn marks around the hole, it appears to be a bullet hole. It's confusing to me that it has like burn marks around it, because normally in Ace Attorney games, something having burn marks on it indicates that that something was fired at it from point blank range. You know, That's like how it works in every Ace Attorney game. But I mean, it doesn't really make sense for the gun to have been fired like right from near that flag, unless the assassin used like the flag as cover and shot him through the flag. I don't know. Did a bullet from the gun hit the Steel Samurai's balloon? Yes, Gumshoe. Did escape the Steel Samurai like this? This is a serious crime. Yeah, see. Desecration. Edgeworth showing his love. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. I'll calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Well, let's get going then. Assuming that there's 2 bullet holes on 2 things, so we can kind of correlate that probably came from 1 bullet, perhaps. As a little gunshots, there's a bullet hole in a flag and a ruptured balloon. Gumshoe, slow down. If we include the shot at the president, it's possible that 3 shots were fired in total. Now, it's also possible that the flag and the balloon were punctured by the same bullet. See, I don't get why we can't just ask, like, the 40 people who are in the crowd about the number of gunshots. There's, like, so many witnesses, like, right there. But... Fine, Anthony, could you please let me know? I thought she was just a nosy onlooker, but it looks like she's investigating too.
Hey, please, I'm begging you. Wow.
In order to figure it out, how many chances of fire when you talk to a witness? It can't be helped. Let's try talking to her. So, at first I was like, is that Lotta? And they just like redesigned her? Lotta Hart? But it is Nicole Swift, who is like, this case is gonna be my exclusive scoop. But she's basically the same exact character. Miss Swift, is it? Could you tell me what you witnessed?
Actually, Bessie, come on.
I like how she extends the... It's weird, because, like, I feel like the perspectives are wrong. And, like, the way that her hand overlaps and, like, goes over Edgeworth's shoulder there, it makes it, like, the perspective, like, not look right.
Y'all got a suspect yet? Where'd you get that frilly doohickey around your neck?
I'll be the one asking questions.
What is interrogation? I reckon I was gonna get myself an interview.
I guess.
I ain't telling you nothing.
Yeah, she's basically just like Lana.
Selfish. If y'all can't share no info with me, then I'm gonna get it from elsewhere.
Like the 40 freaking people that we could be talking to. Stalemate, I wonder about that. As you know, chess is one of my hobbies. How does one go on an offensive against a defensive opponent? There are many tactics available on chessboard. In the first game, there was like some dialogue where Gumshoe was like, maybe you can teach me how to play chess sometime, boss. And it would have been cool if they were like, yeah, you just taught me recently. Or something like that. I don't know. Because he does have like that chessboard in his office. In order to get her to talk, you use the right strategy. This is the new mechanic for this game, I guess. Which pretty strongly weirds me out. I don't really feel like I get it yet. Until you give me some info, my trap sealed shut. It kind of feels like how Cyclops work, but simpler. And it's just kind of like going through a dialogue tree under sort of a time limit. I must not be careless with my words. My opponent becomes agitated or aggressive. For example, during times like this, I should calmly wait and see how things play out. It just, well, you'll see. But it's weird. I'm not sure how I feel about it. And, I mean, I guess I'll have to wait and see if it gets more, like, complex and interesting as the game goes on. But we'll see. Begin logic chess. Your occupation. First, get your occupation. No way, if I told you then you might get the wrong idea. And I'm guessing that this is, she says this because she is like a tabloid reporter. And if Edgeworth knew that, then we'd like discredit her as like a reliable source of information, or like respect her less. And it seems like it's really simple mechanic in that just when they're like obviously angry and aggressive at you, and they're having the sprite where they're like leaning over and glaring at you and sweating, then you wait and see, and then in all other cases you just pick the other one. I hope that it gets more complex than that, but it seems very simple right now. I might not know the details of your job, but I'm sure that it is a reputable one. That look on your face does not match up with like the trustworthiness of your statement, Edgeworth. Because don't look smug while you're complimenting someone. You might be giving me too much credit there. I haven't even done any major articles yet. See, and now she's like being thoughtful and thinking. Obviously, you're gonna pick the other one. It seems very basic. Maybe it'll get better. I hope so. Dang nabby. That's right, I'm an investigative reporter. Bonafide up-and-coming news journalist. This will be my next line of questioning. Who are you talking to right now, Edgeworth? Why are you just talking aloud? This is where the real battle begins. I need to draw out even more information from her. Alright, so, content of your coverage. I chose the other option first last time, but we'll see if this comes with something different. It says that you are a reporter. Did you come here to gather news material? I don't really know why we can't just show her information. Like, I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Let's try another line of attack. Oh yeah, so you have to do the other one first, I guess. Were you present at the time the incident occurred? No ladies first, I insist. I don't understand, like, why we can't just tell her what we know. Just, like, yeah, obviously I'm not gonna say that. Is my livelihood here? Please, I'm begging you. A few gunshots, don't scare me. Well, so what did you hear? Dedicated job, however, you still have much to learn. The fact that you heard the gunshots clearly means that you were present during the incident. He's brilliant. Left it again. I just happened to be here covering a speech, and that's when it all went south. That's all, I swear. I ain't seen another word. Alright, so now the content of your coverage. So you're a reporter, did you come here to gather news material? You must still have materials. I didn't really understand how that worked before, like why the question was read, but now I think I get it. That's like something that you couldn't have done before without like going down the other dialogue path. You still have the materials you collected with you. Because you're a reporter. All these logical leaps. I can't keep up. Darn tootin'. Darn tootin'.
You're darn tootin'.
That's why I ain't giving up without a fight. Come on, lay it on, Edgeworth. Lay it on thick. Lay on the sweet talk. I am. See, this is the only weird translation thing I've seen so far. Is I am just messing with you. It's a strange way to translate it. Being a reporter is a tough job, isn't it? Yeah, you lay it on. Lay it on. How has your job performance been? How were you fired from your last job? Why do you want to be in this job? Just job interviewer. That would be good to listen to the tape, because then we'd be able to hear the gunshots, ideally, yes? It's kind of hard for me to not know what I already know because of the failed recording, but yeah. You recorded it on your tape recorder, didn't you? And new sprites. That's right. I have it on my tape recorder. On videotape. Still using a tape recorder, cassette recorder in like the near future 2020s. I think this game takes place in like 2018, 2019. Because like the first game in the Ace Attorney series took place in 2016, so I don't know. Let me hear what you have on the tape recorder. Fine, but I want you to have it for free. A grand don't come for free. I'm a mentor, the only person to push me this far. Mentor being a lot of heart, I would suppose. Or I think she already said that actually, and I just like missed it early on. Anyway. See, it's kind of like second homes. That doesn't even make sense, Gumshoe. That doesn't even make sense. Yeah. At first I was like, 24 hours long, an interview that's 24 hours long. How is it even possible? But then it's like, no, she means like, you can only be interviewed by her for 24 hours. Yeah, I mean, no duh. 24 hours is out of the question, but I will grant you an interview after we solve this case. What about being my second mentor, Weird Hand? Also, her like face structure looks like totally weird and different in this angle. Like her face is like really smooth, and then the other one she looks. Don't be so ornery. I guess you take what you can get. After all, it's for the sake of my new scoop. Well then, Miss Swift, please begin the play. Tape recorder. I'm having trouble enunciating my words as I read because I've never really enjoyed that. Like in reading stuff aloud at school, I always kind of stumbled over words sometimes. I just not great at that, but smuggling ring that has long plagued my nation was exposed and crushed by Edgeworth. Did he say a few days ago? I didn't see that. Because if so, that would help me like place like when this happens, like right after the first game. The president passionately addresses the crowd, deflating rumors. Oh no, this is like her talking. This is my own commentary, tries to create a feeling of actually being there. I don't know why you wouldn't just want to record the speech for later use and then just add in all the theatrics in the article that you're going to write, but you seem quite pleased that the Yardagarasu incident has been resolved. Well, of course. It's a great honor for us as well. Folks standing in front of her, who are probably annoyed that this lady is like talking behind them, but I guess that they're talking to each other, so what can you say? Let's raise his fist in the air. Huang. Gotta remember his name. However, the battle is not over. I declare here and now, the hammer of justice shall be brought down upon all evil. Bah. What in tarnation? Alright. Just 1 second. It seems that 2 shots were fired.
And what do you reckon? What?
That's a very vague question, ma'am. In the bolt's trajectory, we can deduce its flight path. 2 shots are fired. 1 bullet hit the president. That means the other shot left a hole in the flag and punctured the balloon. Makes sense. Cool, struck both the flag and the balloon. Let's fire from here. At first, I thought that maybe it could have been that it would the gunman was like back here somewhere, just because like they said that like the security was perfect and that they were watching the crowds. But with this map, the only place they can really be is down here. And it's half the crowd. By getting the bullet marks from the flag and the balloon, we learn its trajectory. This reminds me of like something out of Phantom Hourglass. Like there were puzzles with maps where you had to like connect X's and like line stuff up on that one island. I want to play Phantom Hourglass for Let's Play. That'd be fun. I haven't played that in like years, and it'd be fun to like see what I remember and see how good of completion rate I can get. I'd like to investigate the left side of the audience area. Yes, there's no time. We're losing vital evidence. I don't... I mean, I hope that they're going to remain detained, because by this logic, one of them did it, right? Also, I just noticed that there's a bear trap on the side of her backpack. Mentor Arm 2? Hey, Mentor Arm 2! Miss Swift, I assume you're addressing me. Of course, Mentor Arm 2. I wonder what that is in Japanese, like... Sensei... Number... Sensei ni? But also, please stop addressing me as your mentor. I wonder if this girl is going to be like a recurring character throughout this game. If she's like assuming like a partner role kind of thing. It'd be kind of weird if she did, but I don't know. I always like Lada, and this character is basically the same exact character, which makes me wonder why they couldn't have just used Lada again. But whatever. I mean, it's not like a crime to redesign the character. Hell, this could be Lada. She could just say that like she straightened her hair. But anyway, this ain't nothing compared to my first mentor's mom brain. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it here for this episode. It's been just over half an hour. I hope that you're looking forward to this. This is like exactly to the point where I played last time. So after this, it's all blind for me. And yeah, I hope that Joya, I hope that you'll watch this and kind of have fun along. I don't know if you're going to want to, because you might want to play this game for yourself, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, see you next time. Bye.